Look.
When the rules are fine, I choose the spine. I hate it when they call me Dizaster. It makes me want to lose my mind. I'm not Jonai or Dizaster. I'm the two combined. I'm an upgraded. I'm a new design. I take some of your rhymes and take some of mine. I do it like your eyebrows used to be and fuse the lines.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Danny Myers, and you are tuned in T7M Radio, Battle Rap's premier radio network.
All right, y'all, T7M Radio, the culture with 7 Mitchell, here to drop this week's Barography, where we spotlight one of hip-hop battle rap's elite in the game. And this week, we spotlighting Mr. Mount Rushmore himself, LA's own Dizaster. Now, do we have a problem? Because there should be no debate. You heard it correctly. Mr. Mount Rushmore Dizaster. This man needs to be chiseled in one of those 4 spots without a question. The LA native had made his mark on the game, creeping up on an astounding 100 battle catalog. This is crazy. He is almost there. Now, this is just on cam battles. An artist of this caliber, of course, is sure to have more than a handful of the matchups that's behind the scenes. But shout out to Dizaster for the consistency, man. Nevertheless, Dizaster possesses the total package of skill sets of me, specializing in witty wordplay, room control and performance, and an ability to not be subject to one style. He can cater his performance based off of each individual opponent. Now, you can tell Dizaster was destined for greatness from the very beginning. I mean, what other artist in the game has had a double feature released on their debut? I mean, when you think back in the day, back in October 2006, the West Coast Spitter was introduced to most on cam with not one but 2 battles versus Dumbfounded, the first battle versus Dumbfounded, and No Can Do. So this guy had like a double header dropping on his debut to the game on cam. So you already knew from the gun bust that this guy was going to be special. Now, Dizaster over time has touched a wide variety of platforms, including the URL, Don't Flop, Grind Time, and of course, KOTD, Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is. Now, the former King of the Dot champion Dizaster has an unbelievable record of career highlights as well as opponents, from his epic battles from Cannabis and Cassidy to locking horns with other battle rap elites to T-Rex, A-Verb, Arsenal, Pat Stay, DNA twice, Math Hoffa, Marv 1, Caustic, Iron Solomon, Chiller Jones, Sirius Jones, Big T, Immaculate. Hell, I mean, Dizaster even battled KOTD CEO Organic. What the fuck? Organic. Dizaster, man, has been doing this thing. That's just crazy. Diversity is also a must, and, you know, in order to be able to hold down such an impactful resume, Dizaster has also did his thing in the 2-on-2 concept, also in the battle with the sexist concept going against Queen of the Rings Official. He also has not hesitated to give out shots, battling young Eric Farrell as well as Jonai. He hasn't hesitated at all to give up shots to the up-and-comers, so big up to Dizaster for that. Favorite battles for me personally was the Jonai battle. So many to choose from, but that battle to me really ended all doubt that the reign may be over for Dizaster and that new kid on the block was taking over. Also, the Cortez battle versus Dizaster was also one of my favorites over time. Key highlights, lowlights for Dizaster, well, we all got them. No need to really explain what's already understood, but we all know that the LA legend is definitely not a stranger to controversy. Now, Diz has also appeared on with some of the elites back with the Total Slaughter Project. What you may or may not know about Dizaster is kind of hard to say. This guy's opened up his life to us for all to witness him grow over time. He's pretty transparent. What you see is what you get. No cut corners, man. Future projects for Dizaster, we have the release of his King of the Dot Blackout 7 appearance versus Sirius Jones. That battle was crazy. Y'all can check that out now. I believe it's on the pay-per-view, still available. But for those who have not been in the loop to get that should be dropping soon. Some may also want to see Diz. I've been seeing in the streets, people been saying Diz versus Daylight before it's all said and done. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, I know it'll be a great battle, and, you know, it's all about competition. To me, I don't know how that will really play out. I don't know if that will cause diversity or if that's just good for the sport. But, you know, shout out to Dizaster, man. Definitely a legend in this game. Mount Rushmore solidified. You heard it first. This week's Barography Spotlight, definitely on the West Coast. LA Zone Dizaster. Shout out to him. 7 Mitchell, T7M Radio. This is the culture. Make sure y'all call up to the podcast 347-989-8102 every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We definitely appreciate it. This week's Barography Profile Spotlight. Spotlights, highlights, LA Zone, Dizaster. Shout out to the big homie. 7 Mitchell, T7M Radio, the culture. Y'all stay safe, man. We out of here. Peace.
The Culture, with 7 Mitchell, Battle Rap Debate Podcast, on T7M Radio, every Sunday and Wednesday, at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 347-989-8102, and follow us on social media, at T7M Radio.